Hello, I am live and thank you guys for coming. Excellent. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly, you were first. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't even know if you're teaching on Saturdays right now. She is moving up in the world, not doing as much VIP Kid. Kelly is my friend and she does a Tuesday morning update for VIP Kid, Go Kid, and Out School. So she's on Tuesdays. And thank you, Stephanie, for coming as well. And hello, Casey. Good morning. So thank you guys for coming. So my channel is about virtual teaching. And I obviously started out with VIP Kid. I am still teaching VIP Kid. And I'm doing about 25 to 30 classes per week, which is all I want to do, really. I cut off my Sundays and I cut off my Friday nights and my Saturday nights. And the last couple of weeks, I had some Friday night activities and I couldn't go because I had VIP Kid classes. So I was like, I don't really need to do Friday nights. I'm doing okay. I'm doing VIP Kid, Out School, and I'm not really doing a lot of I'm not really doing any Go Kid right now, but I have plenty going on right now. So I'm like, I don't really need to do all the extra evenings and all that. If I really need the money, I could. I suppose I could open short notice. I didn't even think of that yesterday. But evenings are harder to do short notice because it's their morning. So they would have to get up really early to do that. So hello, Jason. Thank you for coming. I like your number. I don't know what that number means. 82,000. Does it just mean that you love math or is it a significant number? And he got rid of Saturday evenings as well. Good for you. So that kind of opens up time. There's new people coming into the company and they can choose those times and get established and, it helps them. So that's what I figure is like, I don't need to have all the classes right now. I would like the money, like per week, my money has gone down a little bit, but it is what it is, right? So Stephanie says, I'm about to do the same. I need a night off because I also work a full-time job. Yes. I found it's really hard to do like an evening and a morning. When I first started, it was at a time where they had a holiday, so I could do mornings and evenings. And I was like so excited about it, but it was killing me because I was so excited about being in the company. I was afraid I wouldn't wake up. So I actually didn't sleep the 4 or 5 hours either. I couldn't, took me a long time to go to sleep. Then I had to get up early because I was afraid I'd miss my class. So I really didn't sleep much at all when I first started with the company. So I kind of passed that a little bit. I do set my alarm. But now with the time change, I've been getting up. So like this morning, I didn't start teaching till 6:30 a.m. So that's kind of late. So I usually am awake, but actually this morning my alarm went off at 6. I was still pretty tired. But I did 5 classes. I do on Saturdays, I do a level 7 at 6:30, and then I have 3 more classes. I used to teach remedial math at community college, and I use YouTube to send instructional videos to my students. YouTube defaulted that as my profile picture. Oh, interesting. Okay, great. Okay. Yeah, remedial math. That's a hard thing to teach, I would think. It's easy to teach the little kids math because they seem to catch on pretty quick. But when they're older and they think, I can't do math, then it's kind of harder. It's hard to break them out of that thought that you can do it. Anybody can do it with the right teaching. I hope you were wonderfully successful. I have a hard time with people that hate it because I'm like, I really like it. Like I always told my students, to me, math is like candy. So ask me a question because I love answering math questions. Okay, so VIP Kid, it's going good. I basically do 4 or 5 per day, and I'm not doing Sundays. So I end up with 25 to 30. Now today I had a trial. I had somebody cancel my last class and it filled up with a trial that didn't show up. So I was going to go live early, but I had already scheduled the time, so I didn't go early. So here we are. Okay, so OutSchool is going really well. I really love OutSchool because I love the students that you get for that particular class. I teach I have 2 knitting classes now. I had I think I had like 3 or 4, and I consolidated them so that I have 2 with 3 to 4 students, which is really fun. And those have been ongoing classes. So those students have like continued to make progress in their knitting abilities, which is really fun. And then I also have some videos that I made for knitting, just so that if somebody new comes into my class, I can send them the real basic how to, because teaching knitting online is really difficult for somebody who has never done it before, because you can't get your hands in there and really show them. And then it's a little bit backwards when they're looking at it. So I made a couple of videos just to help them with the slip knot in the very beginning, knitting stitch and that kind of thing. And it's not really supposed to like be part of my YouTube as far as, my teaching stuff, but it just helps me with OutSchool to have those videos available. So if somebody new wants to try knitting, I send them to those videos first. And sometimes kids come in, they already know how to knit, and sometimes they come in, they have no idea. So those videos are really helpful to start with. And the knitting classes are cute. I also have a finger knitting class that's been an ongoing class they're actually friends, and they all kind of join the class together. Uh-oh, I see. Okay, I saw our car stopping. Sometimes my dog gets out in the road or something happens. So OutSchool is going well. I'm still learning the platform and trying to be more effective with my time. I don't think I'm making like tons of money right now. I've doubled my money from last month for this month. But I'm also doing knitting. I'm doing some piano classes, which those are group classes, and those have gone really well. This was my first time ever teaching piano online. So I was really glad that the first time I put the class out, I got students. I got 3 students in my little kids class. I got 1 student in the older kids class. So she's getting a great deal. She gets one-on-one instruction for a very low price. But it's really good for me because I'm actually learning, how it's going and that kind of thing. So I'm not maximizing my income on that, but I'm actually learning, and I'm getting a chance to be able to teach the classes. And so it's really exciting. And I've been working on just kind of my thumbnails and stuff. I need to work on more marketing. And I'm also on this thumbnail for this video, I put goals. And my goals are that I would like to increase my OutSchool ability, like income wise, not necessarily hours, but offering the classes that people want. And Stephanie says, I'm a strong believer that everything happens the way it's supposed to. Oh, that's awesome. I'm happy your bookings are increasing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've never just gone gangbusters. Even with VIP Kid, I started out slow and built up to it. And now I'm at a comfortable place with VIP Kid. So I think the same thing is happening with OutSchool. OutSchool is really cool because do you teach for OutSchool, Stephanie? Hi, Lisa. Thank you for coming. Trying to give everybody a hello. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for your comments. I appreciate it very much. I love StreamYard because I can put your comments up and I can share your comments with other people. I do have people that watch the videos later, and it's Saturday, it's later in the day. People are moving on with their lives, right? So I'm not surprised. I don't have as many watchers right now. That's fine. But I just wanted to say that on OutSchool, the parents can go to, they can look through your classes and they can put a heart by your classes and they can show you which ones they actually like. And the most likes that I have are on my cooking classes and my knitting classes. And so those have been going really well. So, and I do love the piano classes. So I guess I'm sort of, but I also love the first grade baby animals classes. So I am doing a bunch of different types of classes. But the idea that we're supposed to kind of be working on is to have some classes that are related so that some of your same students will go to other classes. I had one student that I switched from a finger knitting class, and she now does a first grade baby animals class. So that did work, and the mother loves it. So I had to it's the same time slot. So I changed it from finger knitting to first grade baby animals, and I have gotten new students for that class as well. So that worked out really well for me. So Jason wants to try OutSchool this summer once brick and mortar is on break. I'll have more time to try it. If you do not have a referring teacher, you know how that goes, right, Jason? Now you have to pick. You have all these friends. It's hard to choose who to sign up under, but I haven't had anybody sign up under me on OutSchool, but I have referred lots of people to it. I think you'd be perfect for it, Jason. I have seen the male teachers seem to do really well. There's one teacher, Daniel. He has lots of YouTube videos and he is amazing. He talks about sports and he relates it to, I think he just talks about different sports and the kids love it. And I think that would be cool. I used to, back when I taught junior high and I had liberty to go off the actual book, I would teach like percentages from sports statistics and have the kids like bring in newspapers, and we would talk about percentages and how, because it seemed like the kids could totally do statistics when it related to sports, but when it was in the math book, they had no idea. So that might be a really good thing for you, Jason. And another topic that I've seen on OutSchool do really well is like survival tips, like how to survive if you don't have this or if you don't have that. There's some very creative teachers on there. Stephanie, I'm a B&M teacher, but it makes me nervous doing e-learning last year. I'm comfortable with Zoom. Not sure what I'm waiting for. Oh, Stephanie. Yeah. Jason, use Cindy's link and jump on this bandwagon. Yes. Stephanie, you can do this. You can watch my video. I have a video that says OutSchool. No, I'm not doing it because I don't want to create my own classes. And I'm not even making I'm actually not making more money with OutSchool. I have to look into that. I don't even know. I haven't compared the two like Rebecca has. But I love it because like for knitting, the kids come in and they love knitting. Heather Fritz is teaching survival. Awesome. And you can teach kind of what you want. And it only has to be for 25 minutes. So you'd be surprised how like I plan all this stuff and then I realize it's too much for 25 minutes. So my math with baby animals is only 2 times during the week. I love that because I have the same kids twice in 1 week. I don't have any classes that are every day. Some people teach every day. I met a lady, her son was in one of my math classes and she had some issues and she had to take him out for a little while. But I met her in person. She's my daughter's friend. And she said she would totally love a preschool online. And I know Meredith, Meredith wants to start a preschool, a whole preschool. Like some parents are like, yes, I don't mind keeping my kids home, but I want a good curriculum. And I think that the teachers that have done like Vipkid and online learning, we understand what it's like to try and keep the kids' attention. And we're not trying to make it school online. Like, here's my classroom, let's just do school. We understand that we have to keep the kids engaged, and we do things that help the kids, you know, enjoy the class. Like we can give them smiley faces. Oh, I had the funniest lesson in Vipkid last week. It was so hilarious. This reminded me of it. So I'm teaching along. It's an assessment. It's the 5 senses. And this kid, he just did so well. I had a hard time stretching out the questions. So by the time I was finished, I had about 8 minutes left to the class, which I don't normally do. And Stephanie, math and science. Science is a great one to do on Outschool because parents don't want to pull out everything for the experiments. So you've got to do this, Stephanie. Let me know if you need any help. I'll put my link below here for Outschool. If any of you want to just try it. Hey, it doesn't cost you anything to try. And it's really fun. Okay, and so I'm going along. So at the end for this one class, it was the 5 senses. I just had this, it just came to me. Like it wasn't planned at all, but it was the greatest idea I've ever had, I think, for a Vipkid. So I said, let's draw things that you can, you know, see, touch, hear, that kind of thing. So I told the kid, okay, draw something that you can hear. So he drew, I said, draw something soft. And he drew a tissue box. It was so cute. So I was like, I didn't guess it right away, but it turned out being a tissue. Okay. And so then I said, you know, draw something that you can hear, draw something that you can see, and I have to guess it. And then I would tell him something, he would tell me something. So he told me to draw something you can smell. So I drew this. And he looked at it and he was like, and he just went. So then I went ahead and got him this emoji. So we were just basically drawing, you know, different things that you could see, hear, like we did music and then we did smell, and we were laughing so hard because he did not expect it at all coming from the teacher. So we had the greatest time. So those kind of moments are just really make everything so much fun, doesn't it? It's just not like teaching, it's just like having fun. So that was a really fun thing. So, I mean, you could do that even with a little kid's science class, you know, do the 5 senses. You can play a little game. You can talk about the one thing. You can draw something. Like even in my math class, I do math with baby animals. So I pick an animal every week. And this week it was rabbit. So for a couple minutes during the class, we talk about shapes, and I say, draw a circle, draw lines, draw a half circle, draw circles, circles, circles. And then I say, what is it? And then at the very end, we do this, and it's a baby rabbit. So they're really happy that they learn how to make a baby rabbit with circles. So you can do the simplest things. It doesn't have to be complicated, you know, it doesn't have to be complicated. And you have to remember, the girl that switched from finger knitting to math, the mom just wanted her daughter to be busy during that time. And she thought finger knitting would be a great thing, but it turned out that she needed her mother's help a lot. So she's always like, Mom, help me. And since I couldn't actually help her hands-on, then her mom was like, we really like you as a teacher, but we want to do I want her to do something independently. So I said, well, I do have the Math with Baby Animals class. So I do that twice during the week, but for this girl, I do it once a week on Saturdays. So I have my curriculum all set up. I have it on Canva, and I just have like little slides that I can go through. I mean, you don't have to do it that way, but I really like it. I'll show you what I have. I have it on Canva, so I share my screen with StreamYard. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. I always forget to check on that one. But I have Math with Baby Animals. So I just set that up like, interesting. Okay. My designs. Interesting. Oh, I think it switched on my phone. No, here it is. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I have these slides and I have them set up to go on my computer. Oh, interesting. It's different on my phone than it is on my... That's really weird. I don't usually look at it on my phone. Oh, there it is. Okay, I have to do it this way. Okay, so what I do is I put this on my screen and I share my screen. So every week I just kind of change the animal, and then I show them, like, and I have some games on here, and sometimes I switch the slides. Like this one, I will circle the number and they do +1 or +2 or +3 or whatever. And then sometimes I have shapes like this, and then I'll say what is different, and then they have to tell me what was different from the last slide, so they have to kind of remember. And we have rulers, and we have the days in the week, hours in a day, that kind of thing. And then we also have this little game that I learned how to make, so we can play that game during class real quick. And so this, and then I have money. So this, I mean, 25 minutes goes by really fast. I don't even do all of these slides, you know, for every class. Like I'll do most of them during Tuesday and then most of them the rest on Thursday. And they love the game. And usually for the game, I'll throw the dice and then we do a math combination card and then we keep moving on with our pieces. And I figured out learned how to do the game by moving the pieces. And you know, you can make up any game you want. Like I can move these little bunnies and I can move them back to the beginning. It is really amazing what you can do in Canva. You just click on it and you just move it. It's harder on my phone, but so you can do simple things and you don't have to do it digitally. You can do flashcards, you know, the time goes by. So every 5 minutes, I kind of change the activity. So it's 5 activities, 25 minutes, you're done. I would like to do preschool science and math, but a bit nervous. I don't want to put time into developing a class that doesn't book. I'm also hung up teaching a lesson for the interview. Okay, so you can watch my YouTube videos. I had the same thoughts. So what we did was, you do have to follow a list of what you have to do for, first of all, making a video to get hired is not as hard as you might think. Okay, so what they want you to do is you just kind of tell a little bit about yourself. And then what I had to do was I had to show that I taught something. So I taught a little bit about knitting. And I said something like, did you know that Queen Victoria was a knitter and she knitted for the soldiers during wartime to show them that she cared about them. She wasn't even that great of a knitter. She just knitted, and I think that's a really cool story. And she gave it to them to show that she cared about them and also to provide warmth to them in a time of need. And so, and it's like your whole interview is like 10 minutes. So you can't say that much anyway. So you just do what you can. Use something that you taught in VIP Kid that day to teach it on the thing. But you don't want to say VIP Kid. You don't want to say, just say who you are as a teacher. And then what you want to do for when you set up a curriculum, like say I do an ongoing class, math with baby animals. So I don't have to say everything I'm going to do every week for the next 10 weeks. I just have to put in what I want to do for the next 4 weeks. And so what I did is I made a cool thumbnail. I had a great idea. I knew what I had generally wanted to do for the class. I didn't put so much time into it that if I don't get booked, I'm out hours and hours and hours. But once it gets booked, then you can put your more time into fine-tuning your class. Okay? And it doesn't have to be a majorly fancy class, like I said. What I did was on Canva, I put those slides in place. I switch out the animal every week, add maybe a couple new ideas for the next week. Because with kids, they want to repeat, right? If you're doing science experiments, I think I know Rebecca F. She's also on YouTube and she does science experiments. She said she has a class where she has like 10 different ones and she will do maybe 2 per class or whatever it is she does. And she kind of rotates her science classes. So that's the thing about OutSchool is you can repeat things. So the first time you do it, it might be a little bit of work, but then you can repeat it for another time. Like for my piano class, I did it for 1 month and I said, this is what I'm going to do for the month. This is how I'm going to start. This is my goal. It's for 1 month and it's a intro to piano and not a lot of requirements, just need a keyboard. And so if they just take that 1 month class, they've had a lot of good exposure to music. If they want to go on, then I'm going to offer another month for piano 2. And then but I'm going to offer that first intro month. I'm going to offer that one again. So you can, just think of there's hundreds of thousands of students. So once you teach the class to a few people, you can offer it again to other people. And you won't always have the same people signing up for your class. So it is a little bit of a risk. It's a little bit of work and it's a little bit of uncertainty, but you don't have anything to lose. A little bit of time, but what if you try it and it goes well, then you have something new. Like for me, it wasn't like I have to make this money or, my family's going to go without. So for me, it's kind of like a little bit of a hobby. It's just a desire for me. And I do use the money for certain things. Like I've gotten a new computer. I've done other things with my money as well, but it's not like I'm paying rent with it. So those are the things you can think about. And if you need anything, let me know. I do have my OutSchool link on other videos. Like today, I might not go back to it is a risk. And let me tell you what, Lisa, the first time I applied for OutSchool, I was rejected. I was rejected the first time. It was so embarrassing. But it's okay, I tried again. And then I had to wait a couple months for my background check to come through. And I'm like, what in the world? So, it's not everyone jumps in and goes 100 miles an hour with it, and I think that's pretty normal. Most people are just making steps and just every day is another step. Every day is another addition to your journey. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I am putting together a website and I'm learning all about making my own website. And I have done, Angela Silva was rejected twice. I did not know that. Wow. I did Tim, online teacher dude. He has website in a weekend and I did his course and I had did the whole course a couple months ago, and I put it all together, but I didn't really like it at all. And I'm just really happy that he kind of reached out to me and he wants to encourage me to get it done well. And it wasn't that his course didn't help me do it. It was just kind of, I got a little burnt out with it because I didn't know what I was doing. So I was really thankful that I got the help I needed to move it in a better situation and do more with it. So I'm really excited that I'm going to have a website. On my website, I'm going to have the companies that I work for. I have a free iPad user's guide for Vipkid teachers. So if you have not picked that up, it is there. It's iPad Vipkid iPad users free guide, so that if you get an iPad and you need it for teaching, then you have it. And also you can, check that out. I appreciate your support. And also I'm looking into Groove Funnels, which is what Casey is doing. And it is a platform. If you want to ever make your own courses like Jason, if you ever want to make your own courses, make a website for free, everything is free on there. And then obviously it's a package deal. You can do all this stuff that you want to do online on this one platform. And of course, there's a free version you can do a lot with, and they obviously want you to join their club, which is a little bit of money. But if you want to do a course, or if you want to do any kind of online selling, or if you want to do anything along that line, it's something to definitely look into. And so I am kind of in the process of looking at that, and I would like to do an online course. I have an idea in mind, so that's why I'm pushing forward for the website and all of the other avenues that I'm going to go above and beyond. And I just want to say, what I love to emphasize in my videos is that the teacher community is just amazing. And most places when you go to work, I hear people speak about, the competition to be the boss. You have 10 people working, there's one boss, and that guy moves on, and who's going to get that guy's position. And then, everybody's kind of like wanting that position, but you have to wait to be noticed, or you have to be the one they like, you have to appeal to someone. And so I just love the teacher community that, like, when I was talking to Tim, he's like, I benefit from you being successful. And I've seen that in so many videos that teachers are sharing what they know online and how to improve with their teaching skills, because they want to help others. And in turn, it does help us. And I really think that is a great concept. All of my adult life, I've worked for free. I'm a mom. And yes, my kids' success is, it kind of is my goal for them to be successful. But I haven't really enjoyed the benefits of that too much right now. I mean, I am a grandma, so I guess I would say that. But financially, or, but this avenue is a way for me to channel my energy, channel my abilities, and work with people that are driven. Like, I feel like I could just do what I'm doing every day, be busy, and be fine. Like, I don't need to push on to more things, but I want to. And I watch other people. I'm like, what are they doing? How are they getting there? How did they get to do that? I want to learn what they know. And it just I just enjoy it. And it's enjoyable, but it's really cool to be part of a community that encourages each other and helps each other. And I just love that. And I'm so thankful that I'm a part of it. Yeah. So Stephanie, it's been very cool watching all my YouTube friends grow and evolve. You all have grown so much in the year I've been watching all of you. Thank you, Stephanie. And we want to be there for you too. Casey's telling Tim, celebrating successes of my friends is my favorite. I've mostly worked in public schools. So Jason says he's worked in public schools where teachers look for ways to throw each other under the bus. Exactly. And it's a whole different world online, isn't it? And it's really awesome to be part of it. And if I ever see people like kind of downing each other, I just kind of like, I just get away from it. Like a little crab, you know, little crabs go up to something and they don't like it. They turn around, go the other way. That's what I do. I just, whoop, okay, I'm going to go this way. Okay, I'm going that way. So I don't get involved in that kind of stuff. But I do have my opinions. I think you guys know that by now. I do have my opinions, but we can have our opinions and still get along and still encourage each other. So, but I do have a class in a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. And if you would like to join OutSchool, please keep me in mind as someone that could help you out with that and direct you. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can go to my email if you want to ask a private question, normancindy13@gmail.com, or you can find me on Instant Messenger on Facebook, and I'm also in the iPad users group on Facebook for VIP Kid teachers. And I have not started my own OutSchool group yet, but maybe we'll see. All right, so thank you guys for coming, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. It's sunny here. I am planning on a great day myself. See you later. See you next time. Goodbye.